Good evening from Dumfries Ice Ball. This is John Graham, and I've got David Owen here. Evening, David.
Evening, John. How are we?
I'm fine. So this is the start of the Dumfries Challenger Series for the World Curling Tour. We've got quite a large number of teams here playing this weekend, and we'll give you some information on them as we go along. The game that we're covering this afternoon in our first session is the game between Tom Brewster from Aberdeen and Grant Barr, who's down as playing out of Fife in Scotland. So do you know much about the two teams, David?
Yeah, I think Tom Brewster speaks for himself.
Yes.
A well-known curler. I have to admit, I don't know a great deal about the Barr rink, but I'm sure by the end of the weekend we will, though.
Yes, so this is the first of the curling, which will go right through from tonight, right through to the finals on Sunday. We intend to live stream a game out of all of the sessions. It may not be that we'll manage to have a full complement of commentators, but we will do our best.
Yeah, I think that's kind of fair, John. I think that the aim is to cover certainly pictures from every session, and we'll try and throw in some comments as we go anyway. I think we've got a larger squad of commentators this time. So
here at Dumfries, busy weekend for us here and for all of the staff. There's World Ice Hockey has been on this week and right through the weekend, and it's brought a large number of people to it. Council and facility have done a great job with that as well, and we've been working on the ice here. Nigel, our ice tech, has been working on it most of yesterday, last night and today. So anyway, here we are. It's Brewster versus Barr, and Brewster has got the hammer in this game at this end.
yeah, we'll go through the competition rules probably at the end of this first end, just so everybody's aware of what they're playing for and how they get there.
When I look at the World Curling website, and I see that the nominating team, I'm not sure, I've not got the exact lineup, but it's Tom Brewster, his third is Duncan Menzies, second Scott Andrews, and lead Alistair Schreiber. And the skip for the team Barr is Grant Barr, Robert Tate, Kerr Sands and Alistair Norton.
Yeah, certainly not an easy first game for them, coming onto strange ice as well. There's no practice sessions before the games this year, just the way the number of teams have fallen. Again, we'll go through that probably at the end of this end, I think. So no practice for these guys, they're straight in cold.
So teams playing this weekend are Northland on the World Curling website, but we've got teams from Bern in Switzerland, Prague in the Czech Republic. Also got some young teams here. We've got 2 or 3 young teams from Dumfries and locally. And I think that some of our younger teams will maybe give some of the more established teams a wee bit of a shock in some times. So
they have done previously.
So we will watch and see. We've got Hess of Switzerland, Juncken of Switzerland, Kraus of Denmark, Marshall of Tom Marshall from Arbroath in Scotland, of course Bruce Mowat, Grant Hardy, our local ones are here. They've had some success of late, Grant having a really great win in next rinks through
it was, John, and then the whole Mowat rink followed up with winning the Grand Slam event in Canada, which was a superb result.
So Schneider of Switzerland, Shaw of Spain, our curling development officer, Wayne Sloan, he's put a rink in as well. Staley of Switzerland, and Sergio Vaz from Sebastian.
Yeah, and the Vaz team are playing Fraser Hare this evening, but I believe one or many of them flights are delayed, so I think that game is slightly delayed. So we're going to be slightly out of sync tonight, just as we try and get people in with flights and weather problems and everything else. So it might just be a bit of a challenge.
Oh, I spoke to Team Brewster before, and they said that they had no problems coming down the road from the far north. So all the teams here are looking for the points from this. There are ranking points to be gained, and that's really important to them. So opportunity to play and get ranking points without having to fly out of the country.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty much exactly what we're essentially trying to build here, isn't it, John? It's get the quality of the competition as high as we possibly can, and give teams a chance to come to Scotland, enjoy Dumfries and Galloway, enjoy Scotland, come on holiday, spend a week.
Yes, and we've got the support of the local council and our endeavours to do that. I'm very keen on promoting such sports as it brings revenue into local businesses. Visit Scotland, and that are quite prominent in trying to help these things. And if you want any other information, you should go to the Visit Scotland website, and they will provide you with information on all the local things in Dumfries and Galloway and the surrounding area.
So he's just going to run away there. Gives Brewster a chance to get round the centre guard. Stones seem quite lively, and that they're moving quite
a distance when they're being hit. They're not sticking or staying about, so that'll alter the play of the teams as well.
Yeah, Stone's serviced recently, I believe.
Yes, they were serviced during the week, and I played with them and found that they had changed.
That's a very non-committal way of putting it. They're different. In a good or a bad way, John?
Didn't do what I wanted them to do.
Well, say bad then.
Our opposition seemed quite happy.
Seizing on the excuse. It's entirely fair. Entirely fair. Looks a really nice line here. Just going over swing actually. It's really tight to the guard, so sweeper's off it just to let it finish in behind, and yeah, you can see there it's almost right out the other side. I'm looking for a hit and roll to the corner, but a wee hit and stick on the nose might just be as good here. They'll not really be too bothered as long as the red goes, I would say. I don't think the red at the back's in.
No, it doesn't look in. No. If you stick with us over the weekend, you'll hopefully find that we've got some different camera angles in the near future. We've got new cameras here, and time just ran out for us to actually get them up and running fully for the first sessions here.
To be fair, they're up and running, John. We'll show them in a minute. They're just not in the position we'd like them to be in.
I stand corrected.
Just a small technicality.
For some reason, David put his business on earning money for his wife and Wayne's ahead of actually you, the public out there that want to watch this game. So
apparently the kids have to eat every week, not just every now and again. So
David's got two adorable kids who are two of the most well-behaved children.
They are, to be fair.
Apparently they go to bed early in the night, sleep throughout the night, and get up after their parents in the morning.
I'm back in the real world. So you can see not much action at the far end. So just to prove this, John, we'll bring it in slowly. There's our new camera.
So I'm impressed by the quality of it.
It even moves. But we're kind of limited to what we can show there. Other than that, it has to be on sheet F. But as you can see, there's nobody on sheet F just now, so that somewhat rules us out. So yeah, you never know. We might get them up over the weekend. We'll leave it as a might at the moment.
They are running though, and they are providing good quality, and we will be using them.
Yes, exactly.
The game that we've got on is Struan Carson, who's one of our juniors, and he's playing the Swiss team. And young Struan must be just is he into his teens? I'm not sure if he's into his teens. However, I don't think that people should be fooled, because him and his dad were playing the other night there in the mixed pairs, in the pairs, and he played some lovely shots, came from behind, and as a result of that he went through to either the quarter or the semi-finals with him and his dad. So a lovely young couple.
How many Carsons are playing on that rink?
Well,
4?
there's 3 of them plus father and mum, but I'm not sure if there's just father, son. There must be 3 of them playing. Yes, dad's playing with 2 sons.
So we're apparently getting watched by Kenny Murray's at home, seeing if this is going out okay. But he hasn't given us any feedback yet, so it's either going really well or it's not going at all yet, and he doesn't realise it's switched on.
Right.
So we could be speaking to nobody. Looking to get the roll behind the corner.
I did do that for about 20 minutes one day before I realised that I had to press a button.
I can't remember who it was. There was one day I had to break it to somebody that had been chatting for 2.5 hours and nothing had gone out. It's always slightly embarrassing.
You don't get this on Sky Television.
No, no. No.
However, if someone from Sky Television's out there and Sky Sports and they'd like to come along and help us out by televising this next year, get in touch with us and we'll be quite happy to.
Well, I think
do a deal.
I think it's fair to say we wouldn't necessarily stand in the way of that. A nominal fee.
Nominal fee. And they'd have to pay us not to be a commentator.
I think there'd be a good whip round, to be honest. Well, I would say it's going out live, John, so
Good.
I would say that's live. So. Good evening to everybody watching.
And if there's anybody out there that's in charge of a big company and would like to become involved in the sponsorship of this event, we would be only too pleased to hear from you. We want it to grow, and
Apologies for disappearing there, just a couple of technical issues to sort out. Nothing to do with us, I hasten to add, it's just around the competition more than anything else.
We've just given we've just given somebody a radio.
It's like Christmas has come early, isn't it?
Got away with it, but they've obviously got to the top of the stairs, which is about 20 yards away, and must test it to see that it's working. So
I suspect we may hear more of this. Yeah,
that's right.
I would say so.
What's happening with this game, David? Any idea?
Yes, I've been watching, yeah. Barr's in a reasonable position, actually. Brewster still has a hammer, so he has got one in, but the centre guard is there to swing round. I think this is Brewster's first stone. So he's going to try and come round these the centre guard into the 4 foot.
So a blank end in the Carson versus Stanley game. Ice looks as if it's running not too bad.
Slightly surprised that one didn't finish a wee bit more, but not even sure it's line shot there actually. What do you think, blue or red, John?
Blue.
You've called it now. I would agree with you though. I think that is blue, even from that camera angle.
Just a wee bit short of a 4 foot draw from the looks of it. Sweepers are working hard.
High line,
short.
Really high line.
Looks short.
Does not want to leave a double here. Alright, we don't even need the double here, do we? Just a wee hit, flop to the side, take the 2. I think it's on. I think it is on. Maybe a hack weight.
Well, there's probably quite a reasonable distance between the front blue just on the outside the house and the short stone, so I would think that there's probably enough space there to come round it and get enough of the other one that you're going to stick.
Yeah, I'd be quite interested in this one, just how much it swings. We look to be taking a fair bit of ice here compared to the other handle that just seemed to struggle to get a finish at draw weight. So I actually played on this sheet on Monday night in a mixed doubles game, and we did find there was a bit more swing one way than the other.
We've had that. Looks
It's
like
a huge swing.
in the guard.
And this could be blue to blue. It's okay, I think. It's okay, just the one blue. A big swing there. They're measuring it actually, aren't they? They're having a wee look. Don't look overly amused, it would be nice to measure it, but You'll be glad to know, John, people can actually hear you now. I think they were struggling with the microphone there, but
some people would say that was good.
We'll see if the feedback gets any better.
Either that, they thought you were talking to yourself.
Just the other half of the conversation's in my head.
David was talking to an empty chair.
Love to say it was the first time.
So we've been told that the game involving the Spanish team will be starting at 7 o'clock. But they got held up due to adverse weather conditions somewhere.
Yeah, I believe that's exactly the case, John. And that was actually the game we were originally going to be covering as well. We just, in all honesty, we had a wee look down and then then realised there was nobody on the sheet that we were about to cover 2 minutes before we started. So that was really the main reason you ran through the teams, just so that we could actually check we were covering the right game, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Best laid plans. So see straight away the bar rank, put them one in the house. They know that Tom Brewster's going to put a corner guard up. They would have liked it on the centre line though. Not an ideal place for the first stone. On goes the corner. So we did, at the end of the first time, we did promise people a wee run through of the rules of this weekend, John. Do you want me to do that?
Please.
You look panicked there. So essentially we've got three groups of 6 teams, round robin, so 5 draws per group. So that will be played out tonight, tomorrow and most of the day Saturday. Top 2 teams qualify straight for the quarterfinals, and then the best third place teams, the 2 best third place teams also qualify for the quarters after that as well. Ranking is done on wins, followed by head-to-head, followed by a draw shot challenge. So at the end of every game, the teams will throw 1 clockwise and 1 counter-clockwise draw shot, and they will be pulled together. The worst one will be dropped, so it will be over 9 at the end of it, and the teams will then be ranked based on that, if wins and head-to-head don't separate them. Group winner will play the worst, the best of group winner will play the worst of third team that qualifies. The second best group winner will play the best third team, and the other group winner will play the worst second team, and so on and so on. And that'll be in the quarterfinals, which John will about to tell me the time of on Saturday night. Is it 8 o'clock? Half 7 or 8? Somewhere in about there. We'll worry about Saturday when we get to Saturday, I think. And then semi-finals and a final on Sunday. It's definitely 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock on Sunday though, I know that.
Because you're getting up and you're coming in.
Because 2 o'clock we're finished. The final might be coming down to the last stone, but we're...
Because at 3 o'clock we have got our Christmas cracker.
You've got the junior Christmas cracker, of course. So we're hoping to get quite a few juniors in, I think, for the final. Would that be? So that should create a reasonable atmosphere. So if you're watching this thinking, oh, I could just about head down to Dumfries, certainly encourage you to do that. You get to see all the curling, you don't have to listen to us. Well, you can come to the end of the bar and listen to us, but it's not compulsory.
So this should be the straighter side.
should be. They certainly called the hit and roll. I didn't see what weight they called.
Certainly working it hard there. Just getting a wee bit too square.
Fraction more ice. Certainly not any less.
And an update on the Carson style again. And young Carson in the second end took 2 shots. You would change your mind here, David.
Yeah, taking a chance to come right round, and again, this is the swinging side, isn't it? So, yeah, this could be a big draw down here.
No, they got the weight of that one well wrong, didn't they?
Yeah, fair fresh ice perhaps, given the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, not the desired outcome. Gives the bar rink another chance to have a go at this one.
Oh, how do you read that, David?
Just tight from the off, I suspect. Just going by both skips' reactions. The second that stone was released, they both jumped to the left as we looked at it. So I would guess that one was just tight away. Good call not to try and sweep it and hold it though. Just get rid of that front red, give themselves a little bit more space for the next shot. Probably also stops Brewster drawing round the left hand side. Feels the need to do something about that red in the open now. It's very nearly a great shot. Good result though. Gets that red down in behind. So what do you do here, John? Do you bail out or do you attack that red? I think this is they've both got 3 to come, I think. I think that's the call. You've not got the last stone, so I think you've got to get down into the rings behind the centre guard somewhere here. Having said that, you've got to make this, otherwise you could end up losing a 3. It's a pretty crucial shot here for this end. Sweepers are backing off it. Again, it's just down that straight handle. There is finish, but it's right at the end. Just a little bit heavy. think Brewster would quite like to come down there, but I'm not sure there's a swing to come off the. I'd be interested to see if they can get the swing here. They're taking a bit of ice, that said.
I would have thought the swing was there when you saw just where that last bar stone ended up back at the house. Your ice was just was it a wee bit wider than that or not?
Yeah, to be fair, just like you say, just that maybe that wee touch heavier and.
Some signalling the sweepers off it.
So they're trying to sweep it to get the swing here. As you say, there is a draw,
running on.
Oofed. There's a gap. It's okay though. It's in for second shot, and if the last one was crucial, got to make this one. Don't make this one. The end could start to look fairly messy fairly quickly.
Ice looks quite keen.
Yeah, it was certainly pretty quick on. Well, most times we've played this season, it's been pretty quick. I'm reliably informed somewhere between 2.9 and 3. It's probably the difference between hack weight and tee weight, right enough, but it's been reasonably quick most of the season. Found some swing.
Did that not happen last time? I wonder if that stone's just cutting a wee bit more.
Possibly. What rank are we on? B. Blue 7. Fine. There's a few people around this place with little books, isn't there? So we'll go and quiz somebody's little book and see what.
That's right. Could always be dirty and change the numbers.
Change on Friday night into Saturday or something like that, yeah.
I think that must be against the rules.
I think it's probably against the spirit of getting teams to come back anyway. So. This one's hanging by the sound of it a little bit. No, it's not, sorry. It's doing exactly the opposite. Oh, it's a brilliant stone. Oh, did it just feather? It just feathered. I think he is in for third stone. I think he is third shot.
I was forced to play with one of the new pads last week there.
One of the new pads, the sweeping?
One of the new sweeping.
Oh, the legal ones?
One of the legal ones, Being just a basic club curler, I was distinctly unimpressed.
No difference at all?
I got the feeling I might as well have stood there and watched the stone go back.
Yeah, probably in danger of making rules for everybody that don't really help normal club curling, but to be fair, there is no illegal pads in club curling, is there? It's only if you've got a path to a world level competition, I believe. So I keep the plastic bit of my ice pad in my curling bag just in case we're playing somebody. Just keep it right. So what are we thinking here then, John? We'll get the telestrator going for the next game. This isn't an easy one. I think he's going to try and pick red, but I think he'll be happy with, well, red. One red I think he'll be happy with.
In fairness, I suppose he's got to go for it.
And there's not a lot else on, is there? Maybe a hit and roll off the wing, but...
Draw on the other side.
Gets rid of one. Same again for a 3. And hey presto, just like that, you lose a 3.
It was just a build-up. It was just the catching the guards, not either due to the stone cutting away a wee bit more than what they anticipated, or maybe just no playing just the weight that it demanded. So, I mean, we all know that weight is so important to get the right draw on your stone just at the end there. First team that gets it can dominate the first third of the game.
They're working this one again, though. For weight in line, but he's fine. I think he's fine.
Just.
Yeah, good sweep. Very good sweep. I'm going to have a casual glance at it and, yep, definitely a 3. Always worth checking though, isn't it? Always worth checking.
And the other game that's ongoing, Carson versus Snell, it's now we're playing the fourth end, and it's 2-1 for Carson. So.
John, I'm just going to leave you for 2 minutes because I'm just going to check the scoring's working okay down there.
Okay, no problem.
So give me a second, I'll be back shortly.
So, Team Brewster gained a 3 in the last end. Less than the stone's width off the 12 foot there. Both teams have been quite quick getting through the game. That's just over 45 minutes into it, and we're into the fourth end. No time limits on the games. This game coming to you from Dumfries in southwest Scotland. Teams have flown in from Europe. We arranged for transport for them when necessary. Some people just got the train down to look at it. So a bit of weight being played here. Just a wee bit high, but I never actually just picked up what the call was. Brewster looking to clear the front. I'll be quite happy if a bar to take a one this end. Less happy for him to take more than a one. Not really sure what the call was there. Certainly well out. Just a wee bit cat and mouse going on here. Bar's got the hammer. Looking to get buried in on the centre line there. He would scratch the head, so I don't know whether he's a bit perplexed about what's happened there or not. The end result is that Brewster's stones are a bit closer to the front, and who knows, that front one might, on the right hand side as we view it, might be actually in. Tom taking more ice than what he did last time by another 6-7 inches. Sweat away down to see what the line is. Sweeper trying to sweep the inner edge of the stone to see if we can get it to curl a wee bit more. So Bar playing a sensible option and just ignoring that. Looking to draw into that 4-foot diameter there. Just not working for him. Not working for him at all. Perhaps try and strike into the red, which would put the blue onto the red, but every chance that I'll just put another one further in the centre there. So Bar going round this out hand here, but it's staying wide. I'm joined by David again, who's been away checking and making sure that other things were happening. And I was just saying, David, that Stones just don't seem to be just drawing that last 6 or 8 inches to get behind the cover, but staying quite straight in that last wee bit there. So.
Yeah, just while I was down there, I just had a quick look at that, and it's just exactly that they just don't seem to be quite finishing. But hopefully we will get there.
I know that they put a brand new blade on the Ice Boss, and I think they promptly took it off because they weren't happy with just the way the blade was. So.
Yeah, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Just not quite what.
We like a draw.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there is a draw. When you look behind it, there is a draw. I think what we've probably got to remember is these guys play more positive handles than most people we see here.
Right. So if you want to draw out there, folks, you're going to have to change your way that you curl to suit our eyes. So Brewster line 2 at the moment. Bar's got a hammer on this end. Stone just staying away at here. In the Carson and Stally game, Stally stole a 2 there, taking them one shot up as we start the 5th end. So Bar playing his last shot. He's got to draw the 8 foot here to save a 2. Bush will be quite happy having forced him to take up the 1. The team seem pretty relaxed about what they're doing. I haven't seen really anybody getting too upset. Bar might be, if this doesn't draw me.
I was just going to say, I think he might be getting upset in a second.
Let's see what's happening there. I think he must have it.
I think they've given it 1 blue just in the nick of time. It's a good saver actually.
I think there's some cheeks twitching there.
I mean, people smiling at the end.
Yes. Well, I would have. Could have went 5-1 down if you hadn't got that. So as it is, it's 3-2. That's our ice rink there, all 6 sheets of it. Central divider. Central dividers made out of recycled plastic. It's made here in Dumfries. And if you want to know more about it, get in touch with us and we'll provide you with some information on it.
Yeah, it gives you the idea what the new cameras are capable of.
Great clarity, absolutely great clarity.
I'm really just putting this up so I can look at it on YouTube later on and see what the difference is.
I can see the difference just looking there.
So it's bang on an hour in, so we'll have a wee look at that later on.
David's our technical tour out. We wanted to bring his drone in here, but he says he's not allowed to, so we're going to get a glass roof put on it so we can fly above it.
It's getting to be all kinds of problematic when you can and can't fly that thing anyway. So no, it's quite small. It's quite small. A lot of bad PR about drones though, so you got to be safe.
We saw one in Norway. Was it last year when young Ross White was playing in the World Juniors and that? I saw this drone. It must have been about 2 foot by 2 foot. Giant.
I see fly this one above about 50 feet and it disappears. It's also white, which doesn't help. But yeah, it's no, it's good. It's good.
So it'll be interesting to just see what happens now, because we're getting into the nitty-gritty of this game. The last 8 ends?
8 ends, yep. 8 ends and an extra if required.
So,
I think there's extra if required. There must be. We're doing head-to-head, so there has to be a winner. So, well, there will be a winner even. Yeah. I don't think there's a draw in there. So we say this every competition. We've got to look at this before we sit down. Every single time. Never mind any of that actually, John. While I was away, has anybody tried to use that walkie-talkie? Scare the living out of somebody coming back to the ice ball. This test will only work, of course, if he's actually got it switched on somewhere. You'd realise whoever's got this walkie-talkie on is now walking around in circles wondering what the voice behind him is. Not taking any chances, don't like them 2 reds sat up the front of the house, get shot.
So as mentioned before, we've got 3 sections here, 6 teams in each section. First game starting again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
It's not too bad a day tomorrow. Is it 4 draws tomorrow? I think it's 4 draws tomorrow, 5 draws on Saturday. Saturday's the big day.
For to make use of that gap between the two front blue guard stones. If you can get it through there and lie, it'll be quite good. Percentage wise, I would say that Team Bar has got the front guards more. Maybe just need to up their weight a wee bit more. Try and get past.
Yeah, I think so. Like you say, they've just been erring on that side of hitting the guard, but it's to be fair, it's just the pressure Brewster's putting them under, isn't it? It's they know they're not going to get many mistakes out of them, so.
Oh, did you see that?
On the nose.
That bar went past
Yep.
getting a wee nick on it.
Harsh.
Well, it's not harsh. He's no big player. I wonder if Brewster's, if that front red on the left is hanging in there, eh?
I think it possibly is, yeah. I think there could be line 3 now. If that's the one you mean it.
So,
I think the building's internet is being tested today with ice hockey. I think it's an 8 o'clock game. I think that's when we'll get the proper test, because they're streaming that and putting it to TV apparently. And I think if it doesn't work, we have to have a conversation. So that'll be interesting. So it's coping just now, or it looks to be from our end. So hopefully it is coming through at home okay. I was reassured. Mm-hmm. So how brave do you want to be if you're blue here?
I must admit that I'm a bit of chicken. I would have looked to try to take the double on the right hand side and then lie into the house and kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but maybe they're not happy with the ice, or
I think he's just not happy that he's line 3 against without the hammer, and I think he's just very conscious of the opposition, I think, at this point.
oh, what a wasted shot.
Can't afford to do that.
This game could be all over shortly.
I think we could be seeing handshakes. And there's let's look at the amount of time and care that's been taken about where to put this stone as well. It's not just throw it in there, is it?
No, it's no. It's trying to stop the opposition from getting...
Almost wants to be just biting the 12 foot, maybe
Yes.
into the top 8, depending on how well it's burying.
Mm-hmm. If Brewster plays it too heavy, of course, he could knock the blue in and cut down 1, but
He could. I'm not going to put any money on that being the result of this shot.
no, I'd probably get a slap.
I think within reason, to be fair.
The local Carson team versus Stahl, it's now even as they play the 6th end. Yeah.
Is it past? Yeah, it is past.
We'll just keep it there.
I don't think they want this too deep now. I think there is still a draw in there, but right. pressure shot here. Doesn't. It's not a bad effort. I think it's there to be picked. Mind you have to do if he's line 2 already, he might just forget about it. I'm not seeing when you draw the third shot in, to be fair.
I thought that you could have taken that out,
I think that's exactly what they're doing, John. I think it's just how heavy you want to play it.
I've lost track which way we're playing. We're playing it there. I'm trying to remember which is the...
I think this is the swingier side, I think. Yeah, I think this is the swingier side. 3-all on the sheet next door after 5 ends. Carson boys sticking in well there. There's always an upset in this competition, John. There's always an upset somewhere.
Ryan's got his jacket off.
Must be.
Oh, Carson's got his jacket off.
I've never seen Ryan sweep. Is he sweeping?
Yeah, must have been.
Wow.
For all the local people that are curlers, it's well worth coming in to see that.
I wouldn't go that far,
A
John.
few heads to go, you might never see it again. I'll get David to just actually put it up on the screen later on in the game.
This is close. It's close. Oh, it's a great shot. That's a 5.
Fantastic. What a shot.
Counting them up. And I suspect that may be the handshakes.
That's how he's good.
I think you have to play 6 ends. Might just stay on for a bit of practice, to be fair. Looks like we're carrying on. No, we're hovering. We're all hovering.
Thinking. It's thinking time.
Ends don't count, guys. Oh, we're measuring, that's why. We're measuring for the 5th.
Denise. Ash is there.
Denise were umpire today, I think. Oh, so we're away again. I think we had the actual measure there rather than the 12-foot measure.
Because it'll be the wrong measure.
It is indeed the wrong measure. I think that was one of the team. Yeah, Denise. That wasn't Denise, was it? That was
No,
one
that
of
was
the
one of
teams.
the teams. Right?
Who? But come on, name and shame them, John. Who's going up there? Could be Duncan Menzies, was it? I think it was.
Good call, man.
Technique. Other side. It's never easy. I don't think that's in. It's not in.
Don't disagree with that, right?
Yeah.
So, 4 shots there for Team Brewster. Could have been 5, but the umpire's decision was that the other one was not in the house. after the long measure was put on it, and the long bar. So both teams continuing to play it. And this is the sixth end of this 8-end game. So bar electing for a centre draw. Big draw in there. Good 4 inches. And straight away Brewster elects to clear the guards. So in some ways Bar being forced to take some risks. He needs to try to get a 2 back here to get himself in the game. He'll be looking for a 3. Knowing at the same time that he's relying upon an error from the opposition. But that's what it's all about. Trying to get the opposition to make a non-elected error.
So Brewster looked like seeing this game out okay, John?
Aye, I mean, even if Bar can steal 2 here, that means we're going to 7th end 7-4.
Yeah, it would certainly push it into the 7th end anyway.
Brewster, if he can force Brewster to a 1, that would be 8-4. He really needs a 3 this end.
He needs a 2 and a good couple of and a really all guns blazing steal, but its percentage win rate of this is minute, I would think. Staying on for a bit of practice more than anything else, and that's not going to help too much. I was just about level actually. I was a wee bit early in calling that. I thought he was going to leave a nice double. I think the double is still there.
I'd like to be a fly in the wall when the Bar team discuss the first half of the game. You know, there's too many nicks and that. They have to get into their weight a bit better. Read the ice.
The locals wondering what the score is. Carson boys are now 4-3 up. You about for a bit of commentary of the second game, John, or are you giving up your seat? We do? Yeah, we do. So no pressure, but you're still more than welcome to join.
It depends on what they want to do. To try and do some work.
It's all hands to the pump today, isn't it? In terms of ice and webcasting and scores and umpiring and picking teams up from the airport. I see Steve McLaren's down shivering on the information desk in the front foyer as well. Looks good though. A good atmosphere building outside actually with the ice hockey. There's plenty of people about. Overpowering smell of chicken curry, but tastes good. Smells good rather. So Brewster quite happy to get rid of just the 1 here. He's not fussed about giving up a 2. He knows that all he'll have to do in the last end is score, so if he can get the double, it's a bonus.
Oh, nearly.
Wasn't far away from that.
When you see him come out the hack, he just comes out, it's just like a burst of power.
There'll still be part of him that's could have made it. I think I've done well to keep 2 stones floating about this end up. You slightly surprised you haven't tried to freeze on the back one?
Not really, but just the way that Bar has kind of played, he's kind of ignored things like that, and I think that
this is an
he's
all
really
or nothing, John.
Looking for an error from the opposition, and that's a really good stone there.
It's not a bad place, is it? Forces Brewster to play the run back.
I must admit it's quite good. On the opposition not getting it. If he just halves this,
chance for 3 if he halves
it.
So can you see the ice is taken? It's just middle of the stone. Throw it to the brush. Plenty of power.
Be quite happy just to take it. Oh no, that's wrong. He wouldn't be happy to take 1. He wants to take more than 1.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
wants to take the lot.
That's okay though. I think given the game situation he will be relatively happy with that.
That's right. Pressure shot and back. He certainly won't be wanting to hit and roll out in this and just take the win. Not what he was looking for.
No, definitely not. We need to pick a game for the next round, John.
Answers on the postcard.
No. This is not a democracy.
Alright.
Get you off for the 2.
So second last end, 3 in it. Brewster's got the hammer.
I think Brewster will be maybe slightly frustrated they haven't just got the job done there.
Aye, and that's why I think they're looking to take that double win.
Yeah, force the one, 7-3. I think they shake at that.
Saying that, just like Barr was probably looking for to force an error, so that instead of getting a straight hit back, that he maybe caught it wrong and split and left him with a 3. So Brewster would have been maybe quite happy that he kept his shooter in the house, and then he's hoping that the opposition half set him just takes a win.
So
Wee bit of gamesmanship, and these teams will know each other well, they'll watch each other, and they'll have their own game
So we've got a few interesting games in the next session actually, John. We've got a Swiss-Czech match-up, and we've got Graham Sloan against the Swiss team. That one might actually be quite interesting. It'll be cuddly, won't it? There'll be loads of stones in play, so that's always a bonus.
That'll be a good game. Jungen,
Cameron Bryce and Bjorn Jungen. Yep,
we have to have a wee look and get a
we try and show
Wi-Fi.
as many teams as we can, so it's it's not always easy to pick a game and keep everybody happy, but we try. It's a very long guard there, by the way. I'm not sure that guard's particularly useful given the amount of swing on the ice.
Good strike there.
We might go adventurous on Saturday night, John. We might. I think we can do interviews down the side of the rink. In fact, I think we can do an interview and feed it into this wherever we can take a mobile phone.
Okay. Just go for it.
Maybe we need to test that one first. Probably should have tested it before I've just mentioned it in hindsight, but yeah, we've updated our kit here at the Ice Ball, so we're I think we're into 21st century now, so that's a bonus. Heading towards digital, getting away from the analogue stuff. So,
and we'll be able to have overhead camera shot.
That's the aim. The wires are actually up for them. Just ran out of time today to get the cabling done, so wanted to make sure we had a level of quality, really, I suppose.
When we did these, we made a collective decision that instead of just showing the rings, that people wanted to see what was happening with the guard stones and see shots coming up and see them sweeping them and going round, as opposed to them just suddenly appearing the 12 foot.
Yeah, I mean these cameras were never designed for webcasting, were they? These were for people in the bar, so essentially.
We could maybe have done, and we might move them up about another 2 or 3 foot just to get over people's heads. That's probably been the only downside to it. Or to our possession of the cameras that have done as well, and lots of other rinks have now followed where we have
Copied, I think, is the phrase I would use, John.
Followed.
I think it's something curling needs to do a bit more of, though, is make sure the actual content of the game is available to the public. It's something we've been doing here at Dumfries now for 4 or 5 years.
Yes, I
was actually clearing a laptop out and found something on it that was basically the first graphic overlays we did, which was kind of PowerPoint on a green screen.
In fact, I brought my camera with me. I must go and get some pictures the next time for putting on.
Yep.
Our players and that. And I do have some really old pictures, photographs for you modern people of some of the curlers here that when they were juniors, so we must go and look at them and see how much they would maybe offer us to not put these on.
I think they're in danger of coming across if it's all about the cash here.
It's got overheads.
Next you would tell me you're getting wages for doing this.
No, I wouldn't go so far as to tell people that.
So appeal of the guards time.
You know, some things better not said.
I'm sorry, we can't actually show this, but the Carson boys were just playing an absolute belt. It's a live shot in there. It's high fives all round. Well, I'll say all round. There's 3 of them high fiving. Ryan's kind of stood at the back catching his breath, I think. But it was a tremendous shot.
So Bar can get himself onto the back of this red and just move it back. And he'll Brewster in a different position.
It's high and heavy though, John, I think. Not what they were after at all. Really had to be top tee with that one. It still gives Brewster a choice though. Does he go after the guards or does he just take the one in the house? It's the guards that are going to get him into any, have the potential to get him into trouble. So I think he'll take a slash left to right. That's exactly what we're doing.
He'll want to keep his options open.
Yeah, keep an eye for this guard. The guard that he hits coming fairly skinny off the blue and actually coming back to these back 2 stones. Any kind of skinny, you could actually take both blues out here. I don't think he'll be playing that side. I think it's somewhat tight, but that's close. Oh, that was close. That was really close to the skinny.
What David was alluding to was that if he caught that front blue as we look at it, just caught it very slightly, then it would have angled off and taken it as well.
Yeah, he's just got to go. He's got to go for top 4 again, John. He's got no option. Absolutely no option.
Needs to dive. I just get the impression the stones are now diving a bit more than what was.
That's a good shot. Tom can just pick that one, I think. He'll not be too worried if he takes the guard in front of it either. Who's your favourites for this competition this weekend, John?
I really don't have any, and the reason mainly for that is that I haven't actually went into who
So basically, ask me again on Saturday morning.
I want to see how they're getting on. I mean, there's such strong teams here this weekend. And big hitters from Scotland and Mowat, Bryce, Alex. Teams here, young Carson boys, Gallagher, Graham Sloan's team that he's put together. I mean, Graham can take a team where nobody else can take a team, so.
He beat Murdoch in this a few years back, didn't he?
That's right.
2 or 3 years ago.
We haven't even started to talk about the foreign teams.
No, exactly.
All of whom must be of a high calibre to have warranted the expense of coming here, and they must have looked at the points and thought, good competition to finish the year on and get some ranking points. Big year next year for curling, so
huge year.
So they'll all be looking to do their best, and some of the rural or some European teams.
That shot from the Carsons that I alluded to before got them a steal of a 1, so they're actually 2 up going down the last end.
Of course, this weekend, for anybody that's interested in that, there's a junior under.
I think it's under 21 actually.
Under
John.
21 at Lockerbie this weekend as well, which is only 10 miles away. So, if you're in the Central Belt, why don't you trundle down the road, go to Lockerbie, have your lunch there, watch some curling, come across here.
We've got handshakes, John. We've got handshakes. Sorry to cut across you. We may as well finish the game though.
And, have your tea at Dumfries. Stay the night, and you can also then watch the semis and the finals the next morning.
So, final score 10-4. We are just going to cut across, switch games, and I'm hopeful when I press this button that our graphics will change while I try and sort out another camera angle. There we go, and the graphics even match the scoreboard. Look at that. Yeah, final game of this session has actually just started on F. And then John's just informed us of that, so Vez against here. Just underway now, so we'll try and keep you up to date as best we can with that one, but our software doesn't work very well across draws, but we'll keep you up to date on that one as best we can.
I've just had a great thought about junior curling.
Go for it.
With these cameras you can see over them and see where the stones are.
Yes. So we need to impose a height restriction on the competition. Fair. Fair. And then John is the coach, what should they be doing here?
5-3.
5-3 up.
Still, even if they get a win, they're not bothered as long as they don't get a 2.
You've got to take the guard though, do you not? You've got to take the centre guard. Or go round the centre guard. No, go round the centre guard actually.
They don't cash into 1.
There's a guard just in front of him. You can't quite see over him that well.
You're not wanting to end up with problems that you've got to play around about.
Yeah, just take the guard off.
At the same time, they've actually got the shot in the house.
Yeah. It's even more reason to take.
Which centre guard?
I thought it was Maya. I don't think I should be doing the next game. It was the centre guard there. It's just the logo, isn't it?
Just looking for a wee tap back. Just a wee half roll into there.
That's fine.
Sitting in.
Yep. To be more aggressive, just going straight to the forefoot there, to be honest. Or even take the corner guards off. But hey, we're certainly not criticising. A great result for them if they can hold on to it.
I spoke to young Stuart last night from September. Just remember, some of these teams will be more worried about playing you than you are. Just a wee bit short there, and that was a bad error.
I just had a quick look actually, John. Their opposition is currently ranked 65th in the world.
Very good. Young Struan very disappointed with that. You can't hide the disappointment of a young person. So
The raw emotion of it, yeah.
Stanley will be looking for at least a 2 in order to force the draw. Single sweeper, sweeping hard. Didn't know what they were looking for.
Now, are they lines second and third? No, I don't think they are. I think lines second and fourth shot.
Bearing in mind they've got the hammer.
Split it. That's the shot. Split it in behind the red and roll to the left hand side of the house. It's the last 2 stones, John, is it?
No, this will be...
This is the last stone?
No, I think this will be his first stone, is it not?
Yeah.
through the first stone.
Yeah, I quite like the split. Split the front blue. Unless they're lying third shot, but I don't think they're lying third. I think they're lying fourth with that top red.
See, I think that you've got to look at the scoreboard and say to themselves, what's the scoreboard? We need to get prevent them from getting a 2.
Which is why I like splitting that blue. I like what they're talking about.
Why not just draw the other side?
You could do that, yeah, just the angles of leaving a double, because you obviously have to be in the white to lie shot, so quite tough to do that without leaving a double somewhere unless you go back 8.
I don't know. Aye, well, that's if you back 8 on
I think
the left hand.
You want to be line 2 after this.
7 o'clock and that,
yeah. I think you want to be line 2 after this shot anyway. I think that's not a bad call. You can't leave a double, that's the danger.
And that's why I think that just going for the draw, but in fairness, we haven't been watching the game, so we don't know just how. So Ryan's thinking about that. Ryan's. I think he's going to accept it. You're supposed to savour here in some ways, is that you see if he just gets it too skinny, he's going to put his own blue onto that other red.
Yeah, which wouldn't be bad at all, would it? Because that just takes that out of the equation. Yeah, you say keep focused on just losing the 1, but I think job number 1, don't lose a 3. Job number 2, don't lose a 2, and you certainly don't want to lose the game here. There's always an extra if you need it.
It's hitting it kind of square, isn't it?
So we chuck heavy, is it? No, it's not bad.
Get it to the back then, come on.
Alright, go on.
I would have swept it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get too far. So the danger now is they'll lift the double. I don't think they can lift the double and roll in behind though, so that's a bonus. Hopefully it is at home as well. So here we go. Keystone.
Very controlled.
I think the sweeper's running straight away.
Very controlled. It looks no bad.
It's got the hang.
Well played shot.
Stone.
Well played shot. Draw to the back. The only thing is if you draw there, if you don't get it right, you're giving them the 3, whereas if you take that,
You've got to hit that.
you're forcing
You've got to hit that and just try and roll just to there.
And hope that they don't get it.
You've always got the chance of a skinny double as well, but you've got to hit the 1 in the open. Make sure you don't lose the game. I don't think there's a shot down the right to take that blue out anyway.
Hit that. Hit that. At the right angle. Bounce to the right. Come off that. 1 on the right there. Come forward. Looked a nice clean delivery anyway.
Don't look too worried about it at the moment. tell you what, this is close. Oh, unlucky. No, that's okay though, that's alright.
Aye.
It's a draw for a 2. So they've got a split there. That's a high risk call. He's looking at it though.
I think they always look at it. You know, evaluate everything. And
it's a great effort though. Nearly.
Your man was very composed when he came out to the hack and that.
Yeah,
Didn't
easy.
seem perturbed about the thing.
It's an easy one to overthrow that one, isn't it?
It was So, a shot for either the loss of the game or an extra end. Having to work hard with it.
Well, the Vice is sprinted out to it. I think that looks okay, does it not?
It does, nice little control of the kick. Well done.
The many talents of a curling development officer there.
That's right.
I'm sure he's playing at this next session. In fact, I'm sure he's playing the next session. Yeah, I'm sure he's playing at 8.
I should never go down again.
So we'll do the first end of coverage off this camera, shall we, John? We'll do the whole end of a coverage off our new camera. The slight ghosting you're seeing is the reflection of the curling window. So we'll see if that gets any worse. We'll revert back. We'll flick between the two. Two decent stones from both teams, really. Just Carson's back tee, which they won't be totally happy about. Giving the Stally Rink a chance to get in behind these centre guards. It's a good stone. And that might put them in all kinds of trouble. The right thing though, no panic, take the guards off, plenty of stones to do something about it. Probably needs a couple of doubles in this end to simplify it.
So the young curlers here are all curling school or curling program. Uses different terminology, but basically we've got a large number of young curlers, and they receive coaching 5 nights a week in different groups. And we progress through the skill levels, which are provided for by the Royal Curling and Curling Club, and we follow that kind of policy. And
I've hogged it, John. I've hogged it. I missed that.
So it's a great way of bringing young people on. We've got some different leagues for them, fun leagues. Ooh. Not what I wanted, but
no, not what I wanted at all. Left the guard up there. So I'll let the Swiss boys off the hook with their hogged guard. Prizes for guessing what we're going to do here. Again, just one of these shots to be careful it's not overthrown.
So young Carson's sitting not too bad here. He's got last stone. He's got 2 in the back of the house there, and if he can just keep the guards clear, he'll do not too bad. Also, the other thing in his favour is the fact that that red stone, if they do manage to get a guard, it's sitting just off the centre there, and there's enough space to draw onto the centre as well. So, number of options here.
Yeah, they've played the end well so far. I think they'd like to see that red stone off there before the last stone of the end, but
I think we all would, wouldn't we?
As long as there's not a guard on it, I think they'll be fine. We're supposed to be neutral in this, John.
Oh, we are neutral. We'll just give it
I don't think we can be truly neutral in this one, to be fair.
Another good guard there. See, I'm sure. Acknowledging that was a good guard there.
Microphones didn't pick you up hitting the desk and beating the desk. Right idea, just got to be a wee bit careful this red doesn't spring into the house.
Is it the Father Carson that's playing now, is it?
I think so, John, yeah, I think so.
I suppose the boy will make some allowances for the fact that his father's not been to the coaching as much as the other young ones. So.
I think this is actually Ryan's second stone at the end. I think there's only skip stones to come after these.
Ah, well played.
Yeah, that'll do the job.
Keep them under pressure.
Pressure shots now in this game.
So again, we just get one sweeper from the Swiss team.
That's a good stone. They're kind of sweeping that to get it to swing, but it was in danger of over swinging, I would say. But it's done the job. Try and pick it with this one. I think we'll see an edge. If you hit the guard, you hit the guard. It's not a...
I wonder if they're worried about if they hit it on the left hand side, as we see it, if it hits the blue guard and then comes across and becomes a guard.
Yeah, no. Possibly. Yeah, the blue shooter hits the blue and bounces back. Yeah, maybe.
The other thing as well, what they might be thinking is that they can actually see enough of that.
Well, if you take the guard off, you're going to have either a hit or a draw for the game, because they're going to put the guard back on. If you try and pick it out, they are going to go round it again, and you may not have that chance. So you've got to pick the guard off, I think.
Would you try and say, well, I'll go for the guard, but I'm going to try it skinny, and if I get past it, I'm going to take the back off?
You could do, but then they could just sling one straight round it again. You would probably still have the draw at the 4 foot, to be fair, and the guard is fairly long, so you could probably play a back ring weight to a shot. But
really, you're back to the thing. The other thing is that the only thing is that they might then draw another one straight onto the top of the ears.
Yep, you've got to draw to the button to win it, and I think the pick's not. It depends who you're playing as well. That's the other thing. And if you do hit the guard, it's really not a disaster.
I think they've decided to elect for the guard.
I think they were going for the pick. Oh, that's why it's just come straight.
I'm surprised at that.
I think they were going for the pick. The weight was down there.
I'm surprised at that. Guard off, you force them to put another guard, force them to the centre to lock onto their own.
It's probably just a bit of experience, really, isn't it? It's
especially when you've got two lying in the back. So I mean, it's not as if you have to save your shooter.
No, exactly. What would you be doing if you were the Swiss boys here?
This is where I think depends on how the stones are moving. If the stones are, if you could guarantee that you could lock onto your own and that you're fairly sensible, sure that you couldn't hit it, locking into their own one is.
Can I just say for the record, that's a really poor option. Where he had their brush originally was a really what they were pointing out there was he was basically pointing where he could leave it for a double maybe, but I wonder if you play the line they're talking about there, would just bump the red slightly, play it to bump it to into the button. I don't think you would leave a double because
there's so many variables, because I mean we don't know how definitely the heads the bets that the button, you know, so I still favour being locked onto the line, because you can't hit it with such a great deal of force. Because
just nose it.
I'll give you another option.
go for it.
He just freezes and kills the end. Just knows it.
You don't need that though, do you?
You don't really.
I can see where you're coming from. Yeah, it means you can't. It means you can't pick and run.
You've got to hit and win.
Yeah, it's not terrible. So you're drawing the button.
This is doable for them. The stone's away, the sweepers are there, the sweepers are on it, and they're working it hard.
Saying the line's good.
Three sweepers on it. It's still running well, it's still running well.
Gotta go.
It's looking good, it's looking good.
Gotta go really hard.
It's looking good,
I think it's pulled.
Everybody's onto it. And what a great effort. What a great effort.
Unlucky boys.
They were, aye.
Yeah, I think that picture tells everything, doesn't it?
Aye.
A wee bit of repair work to be done, but they really shouldn't worry about that. It was a great effort from them.
You want to know something? They'll bounce back by the time they come up.
Well done to the Swiss rank, Stanley, coming
well
through that. 3 shots in the last 2 ends to win that. So we'll draw this one to a close because I think the next one's due to start.
I'm just going to nip downstairs and make sure.
We'll be back at 8.